What's up, fellow Liverpool fans? Coming in with some breaking news. We've all seen it on Twitter. It's finally happened. Thiago to Liverpool. It's in the books. He's coming in. I don't know about all you guys. I woke up absolutely buzzing. I open up my phone, look right on Twitter, and the first thing I see is Thiago's coming to Liverpool. I am so fucking ecstatic, and if I am a competitor of Liverpool's, I am shaking in my boots. But joined with me today, as always, my brother Andrew, our boy out in London with homie. How we doing, guys?
I have three words. Bring the noise.
Yeah, baby.
Jurgen Klopp got this deal done. Thiago is a Liverpool player. I can't wait to see the lean. I can't wait to see the pen to paper. It's going to be beautiful, man. It's absolutely going to be beautiful. Last show we had, I said that we're going to win the title if we get Thiago. That is true. That is true.
Damn fucking right it is. But homie, what are your thoughts? Give us everything, man. Give us it all.
Well, I've been on cloud nine all day. Like, just so excited. Like, you know, I remember like I've took on so much slate on Twitter from saying that Thiago's happening for the past months or so, and you know, so many Reds who are just like, oh, he's not coming. FSG aren't gonna back Klopp. All this kind of negative rubbish, and just got
FSG out.
Yeah, it got to the point I was like, be patient. Like, it's gonna take a while. Obviously, for me, I thought we would have to do it if we had to sell our player, but obviously somehow they managed to. I don't know. Maybe I think there's obviously players going to be leaving. They've guaranteed their players are leaving, so that's where the money's coming from. But it was just ecstatic because I think people don't realize how good Thiago is. Like,
they don't.
He's basically our Van Persie. Like, when United signed Van Persie a few years back, and straight away first season won the league title. And I think that's how good Thiago's going to be for us. Like, the way I'd say it is like he's a Xavi, Iniesta, and a Fabinho all in one, because he can dribble, he's got world-class vision, he can pass the ball, he's the king of no-look passing. His interceptions.
Whoa. We got Bobby, man. We have Bobby.
Yeah, but this guy does it like.
Yeah.
He did like 5 against. I think Italy, Spain. Spain played recently. Italy. He did 5 no-look passes, like, just ridiculous. The guy's at a different level. Like, he is. And also the deal Edwards got, it's like basically 25 million, and we're paying 5 million over the 4 years, 5 million a year over the 4 years. It's ridiculous.
Genius.
It's like the bargain.
The thing with that, the first 5 million this year is basically free to us because we got 5 million from Barcelona for Coutinho.
Yep.
You know, so it's like unbelievable. Michael Edwards is a god.
I know. I think that Bayern wanted 30 million, and we bullied them into getting what we wanted, and that's what the beauty is. You know, you got. I think I saw someone like I think it was Sky Sports that was saying how Thiago basically was the best player in the Champions League. He bossed it. He's been arguably Bayern's best player for the last 4 or 5 years. He turned down a 4-year contract Bayern offered him. They gave him a 4-year deal and tons of money because he just wants to play for Liverpool and for Klopp. That's the pull of Klopp, you know, and the club was standing. You know, we're on like the benchmark now, you know, and now I just tweeted that in his first season, Thiago is going to be seen as the best player in the league, and he'll win Player of the Year, and I stand by that. I said this a couple of weeks back, and people criticised me, and I stand by it because he's that good. He's that good.
I have goosebumps after you just said that. Let's go.
He's that good.
Yeah, I'm gonna bookmark that one. I'm gonna revisit that when we win the league and he gets that reward, man. I can't wait.
He will, because what people don't realise is the fact that, you know, his style of play is perfect for the Premiership because the Bundesliga is very similar to the Premiership. Yep. And like, if he bossed Chelsea, PSG, Lyon, and then Mason Mount after the Chelsea game said, look, we were chasing shadows with Thiago, we couldn't keep up with him. Like, people don't realise, well, like, when you look at Thiago, he's really good defensively. Like, I saw the stat that the only people who are better defensively at Liverpool were Henderson and Fabinho, and that's purely because they played more minutes than he has. Otherwise, he's actually gains the minutes in terms of interceptions, tackles, blocks. Is compared to Gini, and I'm a big fan of Gini, but Gini to Thiago is there's miles apart. Like, Thiago blows him out of the water defensively, and so the fact that he's making like so many interceptions, but again shows that he's reading the game and his pressing is next to nothing. And, and also his heat maps. You know, I can't stop talking about the guy because he's like, this is the best signing Liverpool have had in the Premier League era.
100%.
I was just thinking too earlier. I mean, he's probably the first world-class player that we've really signed under Jurgen Klopp, and probably going back all the way to like Fernando Torres. I mean, who was the last world-class player that we really signed?
The thing with Torres and Suarez, they were good, but we made them world-class. Yeah. Van Dijk was outstanding Premiership.
Yeah, he was on his way, but he wasn't there yet.
Alisson,
but
Alisson's the closest. He's the closest one, but I wouldn't even say that either.
Outfield player.
Yeah.
Well, honestly, I think Alisson, he didn't win everything. Sorry, with Alisson, he didn't win everything. The awards he's won now, he wasn't winning them at Roma. Right. Like he was winning like Golden Gloves, all those kind of stuff. He wasn't winning at Roma. He was good, but we took him to the next level to being world class globally. And that's what I'm saying. Like as you say, Thiago's the first player we've had that's globally recognised all over Europe as world class. As in the
chose Liverpool over United, over Bayern Munich, over Barcelona. Jurgen Klopp, man. Bring the noise, Jurgen.
I mean, dude, it's gonna be crazy because I mean, Mahomey pretty much summed it all up. I mean, he's literally the perfect Klopp player. I mean, he's gonna be the first guy on the team sheet every week. He's reliable. You know, he is not gonna get injured like Ox does, Shaqiri does, those guys. And like you said, Mahomey, his positional flexibility is going to have Klopp salivating. He can play at advanced in that number 10 role. He can play in a box-to-box. He can play as the number 6. And I think now bringing in a guy like this eases our necessity of needing that fourth-string center back. Because now having Thiago, okay, fine. If we have to put Fabinho at center back for a game, we can. Hendo as the DM, Thiago as the box-to-box, Keita as the attacking mid. Like, we can now –
the options.
It's crazy. And then now having him start, if he starts in the 10, that's just going to free up the lanes for Robertson and Trent. And it's also going to free up way more space now for Salah and Mane. I mean, I'm ecstatic.
I'll go as well as say as this, that this year we're going to see that 17, 18 Bobby, because he ain't going to have to drop his deep to pick up the ball. He ain't going to have to feel that I've got to be the creative person. He can just stay up top, link up play with. Remember, like, he scored so many goals because the continuous creativity when he was there. Yeah. He hasn't had something like that. He can help Bobby do that, have that link-up play with Bobby from midfield. And Thiago's going to be able to do that with him. Going to have that link-up play with him, bring other people to play. It's going to revolutionise the whole forward line, because even Mane and Salah know that we can make runs behind in the defence, and Thiago's going to find us, and he'll get to us all the time.
See, what I need the no-look Thiago pass to a one-time Bobby no-look goal. And then
that's what we all want.
Then I can die in peace.
Yeah.
But one thing I'm kind of interested about is how this is going to impact our formation and who's going to be the midfielder that's going to whose playing time is going to get hit really hard by this, because I have kind of a hot take that a lot of Liverpool fans I don't think are going to like, but I think that signing a guy like Thiago is going to more solidify Keita as an impact sub than he is a starter.
I think it's going to be dependent on the team we're playing. And I think Klopp's going to have he's got great flexibility. So I think it's going to depend on, if he's playing a low block, he'll play
Jose Mourinho,
Fabinho, Thiago, and probably, or Fabinho, Hendo, Thiago, and Keita if he's playing low block. Because you remember last year in the Champions League, he tried Fabinho, Keita, and Ox, but it didn't work because the lack of defensive solidarity with Ox, because he doesn't track back, and there was so much space in midfield. But because of Thiago there wouldn't be that kind of space. It'd be more solidarity. So I think we'll see, depending on the team we're playing, it gives Klopp a greater option. I think the majority of the time we'll see Fabinho, Thiago, and Hendo as a midfield. But depending on the team he's playing, and that's what gives him that option. But Thiago will be the mainstreamer always, but the others will rotate around him.
Agreed.
Yeah, I think this just gives us an opportunity to keep everybody fresh too. I mean, especially with this season, with the amount of games that we're going to be playing in such short succession, this is huge, like absolutely gigantic. So one thing I am concerned about is what happens to Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. Like, does this mean that he's going to get kicked to the curb too? Like, I don't know. Is he really in a necessity at this point, especially if we're going after Ismail Sarr? So there's a lot of questions about someone like him.
It's interesting that you brought that up because I think, honestly, I feel like now that with Thiago, I feel like our team, when you look at our squad, I feel like we're almost more set up now for a 4-2-3-1, and having Fabinho and Henderson as a double pivot, and then that Minamino and Ox would benefit the most out of that because they're not good on the wings, but if you play a 4-2-3-1 and tuck in a little bit more, that's kind of right in that alley where Ox thrives, is right in that, like, you know, from the top of the box to like the outside of the box, that little lane. So, you know, that could help guys like him and Minamino. And again, just add to Klopp's flexibility that he loves. So
we just have so many options with Thiago. I mean, I looked up some stats about Thiago from last year in the Bundesliga, and I just have to read these to you because as I'm reading this to you, just imagine what this means for our Liverpool team, okay? There's a couple of them, so just bear with me. 90% pass completion percentage in all Bundesliga games. That's throughout the season last year, 90%. Number one midfielder in total distance of completed passes. Number one midfielder in total distance completed passes that have progressed towards an opponent's goal.
Liverpool fans love to hear that one.
Yeah, seriously. Number one midfielder with passes into the final third. Number one midfielder with the most touches. Number one midfielder in passes successfully received percentage. So, you know, he's always receiving balls and he's successfully, you know, dribbling away. Top 3 midfielder in percentage of dribbles completed successfully. And finally, top 10 in successful pressures, as Wahomie kind of mentioned earlier. So this guy can just do it all. He's literally the perfect fit for us.
And I think those stats are incredible.
Stupid. It's like ridiculous.
And I think it doesn't include, like, I think there was another one where they were talking about, they compared Liverpool players to Thiago this season. And
oh boy.
And they're looking at his stats are ridiculous compared to our players. They are ridiculous. How big of the gap he is to the others. I think as well, going about you when you mentioned Keita earlier, Stephen, I think as well, like, if you remember, like, when Keita and Thiago were both in Germany, Klopp said that they were two best midfielders in Europe.
That's true.
Two best. And I think if you look at it's also when Leipzig played, Keita was at his best when he played in a 2 midfield, and he had like 3 people, so kind of like the 4-3-2-1 midfield.
Yeah.
So I think, like, we're trying that specifically, not for every game, but that's specifically been created to have a Thiago and a Keita in the team, especially when you're playing low block. And I think that's why we've been trying that formation, specifically that. I don't think, although Thiago can play in a 4-3-3, I think that's going to be Klopp's favoured one now. And I think that's the angle he's going to go down the line of. With Ox, I think with Ox, I heard a rumor that some people might say that they think that Ox might be used as a backup forward in that formation. But I think unless we get a Mason offer for Ox, I don't see him going this summer.
Agreed. But, I mean, I said it before we started recording. I mean, the fact that now our 5th best midfielder is Gini Wijnaldum is pretty wild. Yeah. Or, you know, however you want to rank them. But, I mean, it's going to be – I mean, you look – I mean, I bet most of the time the starting lineup's going to be like a Fabinho, Henderson, Thiago. But, again, depending on who we play. But you think about your top 5, you know, midfielders being Fabinho, Henderson, Thiago, Keita, and Wijnaldum. That's pretty damn good.
It just imagine as well when we're playing United at Everton, who normally put 10 behind the ball against us, to have a Thiago in there with his passing range, his dribbling, it's going to open up something different avenue to us. You know, we're not going to. The low block issue we had it's gone now. That's solved.
Oh, it's great. And if you don't play a low block, we're just going to smoke you on the wings with our other guys. So it's going to be awesome, man. I'm ecstatic.
Yeah, I remember like when we had Alonso. There were times when we played in the Champions League and we had Alonso, when we blitzed Real Madrid 4-0, and we just came at the block really quickly and they couldn't handle our quick passing. And it all stemmed from Alonso being able to play the ball really quickly, his reading of the ball, quick passes. That's what Thiago's going to bring to us. Because I think a lot of times I find our midfield moves the ball too slowly.
Yes.
Especially when we're playing low blocks. It's very slow. And I think that's what Thiago, when you watch him for Bayern, he moves that ball really, really fast. And he's always looking for angles and having the vision of being able to see, look, I can see a runner without even looking and know that way. I think that's what he's going to bring to us, and that's what is going to be hard for a lot of big teams and small teams when they face us because of Thiago's ability to move that ball quickly.
Yeah, that was just so frustrating for me, just watching Robertson get the ball. He would pass it to Van Dijk, who would pass it to Fabinho, who would pass it to Gomez, who would pass it to Henderson. It just, these passes are in such slow succession. Whereas you have Thiago, who can switch the play and take out 5 opponents in one pass. It's like,
crazy.
Boom, Trent goes, cross into the box, goal. So, you know what I'm betting on? Mo Salah, Golden Boot. I mean, I kind of made that statement last episode, but with Thiago now, done.
Agreed. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Well, boys, we're jacked up. This is a great Thursday. Obviously, probably weren't expecting to play against Chelsea, but maybe against Lincoln or definitely against Arsenal. I'm expecting them to be in there, but should be an exciting week. Catch us tomorrow. We're going to be dropping our pregame Chelsea, analysis tomorrow. Us three will be here with maybe some big news regarding this YouTube page, but I guess you have to tune in to find out. Thank you, everyone, for listening in. We'll see you tomorrow. And don't forget, right below you, there's a little subscribe button. Hit that. We really appreciate it. Give us a comment. Give us a like. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Up the Reds.
Up the Reds. See you guys.